So Tucker Carlson does his non-contrition, double down counterattack on Fox News. I will not apologize for any of the things that I have said. And who is his first guest afterwards? Well, as you can see in the graphic next to me, Dave Rubin. Now, why does he bring Dave Rubin on? Well, he just did an anti-Semitic trope about how Jeff Zucker is the puppet master over Brian Stelter. Dave Rubin happens to be Jewish. Check. This is Fox News 101, which is I bring on the group that I am insulting to have one of them who is paid handsomely to come out and go, oh yeah, no, you should totally insult us. It's a great idea. And in fact, he also said this. Let's go to graphic 7 in this case. He said, well, I like you too, in a radio show about 10 years ago, referring to the host at the time. You always say I mean that in a non-F way, but I actually mean it in a completely F way, referring to members of the LGBT community with the F word. And Dave Rubin also happens to be in the LGBT community. But I am sure that Dave is going to hold him to account, right? This is his opportunity. Let's find out what happened.
I'm starting to think that a lot of us overestimated the willingness of the Democratic establishment to coexist with people who disagree with them and underestimated the real threat, the actual existential threat to speech that we face now. Do you think that's right?
Well, I wish I could say that this whole situation is shocking, but this is exactly what I've been raising the alarm about on my show for the last 5 or so years. As you know, I come from the left. I was a progressive. I still consider myself a liberal in the best sense of liberalism, classical liberalism, and I believe in the individual and all of that stuff that we've talked about several times.
Why does he keep saying that? Well, I know why he keeps saying it. No, I'm a classic liberal, like it's a liberal, but it's like kind of like a moderate, but who's actually a conservative. So, but I stand for the individual. Who stands against the individual? You're just doing word salad there. So what is the point of him saying all that gobbledygook? You see that? I'm also a liberal, and reasonable liberals totally agree with Fox News. Check, that's the third one. We've got a gay Jewish liberal, so-called. He's the other two, he ain't nobody's liberal or progressive. Coming out there and go, Tucker, bravo. I mean, I've been saying this on my show the whole time. The one set of people in this country we have to protect is right-wing white men. I mean, poor Tucker Carlson. What are you making, $15 or $18 million a year? When are you ever gonna catch a break, Tucker? This is what I've been telling the American people about. You're the real victim. Okay, not done yet. This is a lot of fun. Let's keep going.
I want to address a couple things here. First, on the way that you've responded to the attacks by not apologizing. I think that was exactly the right thing to do. All of us have joked.
Now, Tucker, you are absolutely right. I mean, for using an F word against gay people like that and doing the puppet master thing you just did a minute ago. You know what, here, in case you guys haven't seen the rest of the show, let me show you that too. Let's go to graphic 8. And then show you the history of that with graphic 9. So this is a segment he did a little bit earlier. And then this is Nazi propaganda from 1942 and 1944 about the Jewish puppet masters. And yes, Jeff Zucker, who was the puppet master that Tucker Carlson referred to, is Jewish. Okay, so, but Dave's on there to go, it's okay, it's totally okay. You shouldn't apologize. Guess what Dave Rubin asked for just last week? For Ilhan Omar to apologize because she was anti-Semitic. I'm gonna note that one under irony. We're gonna move on. Okay, he's not done yet. Let's see more ass kissing.
If I have wounded someone or wronged someone, I will always apologize to that person and ask for forgiveness. I do it every day. I'm not going to apologize to Media Matters or any other Soros-backed pressure group. I haven't wronged them. They've wronged me. I owe them nothing, including an apology, and I will never bow to them, period. Excuse me.
I couldn't agree
couldn't
more.
Control myself.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm for apology, but not to them.
Well, I couldn't agree more, and that's, by the way, that's exactly the message that I think your audience and the average American needs to hear right now. We have watched years now of the mob coming for everybody.
I think you are exactly right. My God, I don't know anyone who's more right than you. I think you should call gay people the F word all the time. And Jews, of course, are the puppet master. You are so right, Tucker. I've been saying on my show the whole time about how right you are to denigrate all of us. Did the check clear? Did the check cleared? Okay, yes, you're still right, Tucker. Well, you're the most right person I've ever seen in my life. And then get a load of Tucker, man. First of all, there's only two faces with Tucker. Either he bursts out laughing like that, or he seems so confused. And maybe that's what the problem is here, because I'm a little confused when you say you apologize every day, except you've never apologized. Okay, you haven't apologized today, you didn't apologize the day before. After this story is broken, you have never clarified your words at all, when it's painfully easy to clarify your words. But you still won't do it, so where the hell's the goddamn apology? And then there's a straw man of, I will not apologize to Media Matters. No one has asked for an apology to Media Matters because you didn't use those words in connection to Media Matters. Media Matters just quoted you. You don't need to apologize to Media Matters. If you think you need an apology, which I think a lot of Americans believe you do, it should be to the gay community, Middle Easterners, whoever, all the women, all the other people that you have attacked over and over again, and with vile language on top. Okay, now you think, come on, it can't get any better than this. No, Dave has one little trick up his sleeve left, which is hilarious. Okay, get a load of the very end of this interview.
I hope your words wind up on people's refrigerators because you're absolutely right. Absolutely right. Dave Rubin, thank you. It's great to see you.
Well, I'll keep defending you, man, really. I think more people need to do it, and you have a lot of support out there. And I can tell you this, you have support in quarters of the left that you don't even know you do, and they're just afraid to speak out, and I'll keep working on those guys too.
I appreciate
it. What support from the left? And who does Dave Rubin know on the left anymore? I'll work on those guys, my friends on the left. Really, Dave? Name one person left on the left that likes you. We'll wait. We'll wait a long, long time. I quoted one of his, I retweeted something he said because he's a hypocrite. And most of the people are like, I can't see it, Cenk. He's blocked almost everyone on the left on Twitter. He does this show where he's like, well, you know what? I'm here for an open conversation. I'll talk to anyone. I mean, if you're a Nazi, I'll talk to you. If you're Milo and you hate me, I'll talk to you. And because you hate me because I'm Jewish, but I'll talk to you and I'll promote you. If you're, Ben Shapiro and you say, that was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. But Ben, I mean, you'd come to my gay wedding, wouldn't you? He's like, no, not really. But you'd bake me a cake, right? He's like, nope, no, I wouldn't. Well, I love you anyway. Did the check clear? Did the check clear? Okay, the check cleared. I love you, Ben. You're right. I mean, who would bake me a cake? Come on, I don't need a cake, right? So then people on the left asked to come on, like Sam Cedar, and he's like, Sam Cedar, what name so? He also, I have to be fair and disclose to you guys, he was at one point part of the Young Turks network, which he's now cashed in. Like the guy from Greenpeace, who was part of Greenpeace, then he goes and sells out to the right wing and criticizes Greenpeace for the rest of the time. And right wingers use that as like, no, I was from Greenpeace. So Dave Rubin, he was from the Young Turks network. Okay, so hey Dave, when you were here and pretending to be a progressive, were you lying back then or are you lying now? Because your positions are completely different than they were just a couple of years ago. Wasn't that long ago. Wasn't like, hey, decades ago and you had a political transformation. Can you at least, if you did have a political transformation, can you at least tell us why, what happened, why you're a conservative now? You're still pretending to be a progressive? I'll talk to my friends on the left. I'll talk to my friends on the left. That is going to be a very lonely conversation. Thanks for watching this free clip of the Young Turks. Don't forget to become a TYT member today. For more exclusive content, join now at tyt.com/join.